What's up, gamers? This is NGG here with another review video. This time it is for Final Fantasy 3 on the Pixel Remastered. So this is the only way I've played 3 on the Pixel Remaster. I do have another copy of Final Fantasy 3, and that is on the DS, but I've never played this version. But after playing this version, I might want to try this version just because these are pixelated graphics and these are chibi graphics, and if anybody knows me, I really like the chibi graphic arts, so I might give this one a try and then maybe do a versus of which one is better. This one also has extra power-up. I do have this strategy guide for this one, but it works for this one as well, minus a few things that I'll get into in the video. So let's get started on the review. Again, like always, we're gonna do story, gameplay, and I'll give you a rating for this game. So I guess since this is still the beginning of the Final Fantasy franchise, they were still with the Heroes of Light, and that hasn't changed in this one as well. So if you haven't watched my other reviews on the games, I'm gonna treat this like it's its own separate game, but the Heroes of Light have returned. So in the Final Fantasy franchises, they had, at least in the beginning, they had these 4 crystals where the Heroes for Light needed to like clear the crystal to gain the power to defeat the darkness, and the same holds true for this one. There is a little bit of differences in the games, but you are definitely trying to get the 4 crystals to shine. You're trying to defeat the darkness, and you're trying to save the world as always. And you go through lots of different places, and in the very beginning they give you access to an airship that hasn't been done before in any other ones I've played. Like the airships are something you get at end game area, but you get like so many airships in this game. You get that you have to kind of do different things with, which is great because now like the airships aren't like the priority, and like knowing that that's going to be the end because you get them in the beginning. So definitely a great Final Fantasy where different mechanics were implemented. Let's get into gameplay now. That is not too much to talk about in story. In gameplay, this Final Fantasy includes lots of different job classes that were not available and upgraded job classes. So like you have the white mage, the red mage, and the black mage that have always been there, but then you get an upgraded version of them and an upgraded version of them. So as you're going along in the story, you get to upgrade your job classes. Your job classes can reach up to level 99, so that you're max, and it's like the strongest magic, and you have the most MP in every stat that you'll ever have. So you have to now not only level yourself up, but level up your jobs, and you can change your jobs whenever you want. It's not like you have to go to somebody to change your job classes. You can go to the list and pick whichever job class you would like at the beginning. And with those job classes, I do like that you can unlearn magic. So like if I have a white mage and then I have a red mage and I don't use this spell, but the red mage can use this spell, I can take it off my white mage and throw it onto my red mage. So I do like that you can unlearn spells. Or if you want to do, like, say I want a second character to be white mage, and I'm gonna teach my white mage to be something else just in case, I can throw all of the magic over to one character without having to take it off, put it on, take it off, put it on. You can just move over all the magic abilities over to another character, which I pretty much like a lot. This game, because I have been playing all these Pixel Remasters on stream, and the link will be linked up above. Since I've been playing these all on stream, I've been playing them with the XP boost, and unfortunately for me, that does mean that the game isn't as hard as it was probably intended to be. So I haven't felt like the challenge is there while doing that. And for the last one, I did like 2 times XP, and I think I did that for the beginning half of this one until like the later half, where then I did max MP so that I could max stats gain, so that I could just go through the game without stopping at the end. So I did that, And like I said, the game is a little easy, but obviously that's because I made it easy. If you don't want to use that experience boost, you don't have to. Probably if I wasn't streaming it, I probably wouldn't. But because I know I have another Final Fantasy to get through, I'm gonna be beating this again eventually on my DS. I will be playing it on that one because the DS version has the chibi art style that I really, really like, and unfortunately this one did not. And like the Onion Knight, which is your starting job level, you can't learn like some magic abilities that said is available in the book. And since the book is for the DS version and not the Pixel Remastered version, I was expecting to learn these things, and I clearly couldn't because Onion Knight didn't have that ability in the Pixel Remastered version. I'm guessing they're using one of their older versions. I don't know which version of the Final Fantasy III they're using, but in this version I did not have access to whatever magic they were saying or whatever weapons they were saying that I should have access to at the end. So there is that. Everything else is kind of the same. It's a turn-based RPG. You do have lots of intricate ways of moving throughout the game. Like in some games you are forced to be tiny and you really can't fight tiny, so you definitely want to be have magic users whenever you're tiny, because regular attacks are not going to hit these enemies once you're tiny. And there are points where you have to be tiny, there are points where you have to be a frog. So there are lots of like differences in this game that I haven't experienced in any of the other games, which was super nice coming from all the other Pixel Remasters that I've played already, to have a different set of things going on. And even though I'm going through the same story of find the crystals, change the crystals back to and save the world. So that is super nice to have access to. I also have like these two worlds. So you have like an upper level world that reminded me a little of like the Skyloft in Zelda. So you have like this upper world, and then you have a lower world where the world had been flooded by the water crystal, and you gotta kind of like fix the water crystal so that the world could be deflooded. There are still people living down below, so you're trying to save the people down below as well. There's lots and lots of different things going on mechanical wise, and like they're definitely experiencing more because you had, along with the upper level and the lower level world, you could also go into the water and be a submarine as well and look for lower level stuff as well. So that was super nice. There were things in this game that I didn't do because I ran out of time on my stream, but I am probably gonna do that on my DS version, which is if I want to gain all the summons, I can go fight those summons when I'm like fully healed and fully everything. So I'm gonna probably do that with the next one. I don't know if I'll take a summoner or if I'll take one of my Onion Knights and try to drag the Onion Knight all the way through, because the Onion Knight is not like, it's a very like in-between class, right? So it's not gonna be able to hit hard, and it's not gonna be able to use magic as great. So it's like it's a meh class, and most people end up getting rid of it. But I want to at least have 1 or 2 Onion Knights at the end of the game when I finally get it to in the 3DS version. But this version I was trying to do that, but I couldn't find like the Onion Knight sword that is like a mystery item, a mystery drop on certain enemies in like the second to final board. And so I couldn't find that, so I couldn't use the Onion Knights, even though I had leveled up a lot of my Onion Knights to like level 60 or something. I think I took all my job classes and leveled them all up for a little bit just to try to see if I can get those Onion equipment, and I never got the Onion Sword. And I hear the Onion Sword would have just done really good damage, but I didn't get it, unfortunately. So that is it with story and gameplay. Now I will give it a rating for you. Like, I did like this Final Fantasy, but again, for me, like, if you've never played any of the other Final Fantasies, this would probably be good to just play this one as well with no knowledge of the other one. But for me, because the stories keep repeating, it's starting to like, I've heard this story, I've gone through kind of some of the same things before, and I know a lot of people do that with other games, but I feel like RPGs should have a completely different storyline, and I guess that's why they do it later on. But in this one, since we were going for the same things, I'm gonna give this a 3. It was okay, right? It was okay. It wasn't bad. The storyline was the same as the other ones, but for me, I would appreciate another story. I did like the gameplay, I did like the job classes, and I did like a lot of stuff that this game had to offer. I just, like I said, if I'm repeating the same story over and over and over, it starts to get tedious after a while. But that is my review of Final Fantasy 3. If you've played it, let me know what you think about it, or if you're waiting to play, would that bother you having to repeat the story over and over in your different Final Fantasies, or would you be, because it's a new experience with different characters, be okay with it? So if you play this game, let me know below. If this is something you're interested in playing, let me know below too. Would you play the chibi version, or would you play the pixel remaster version? Which version would you rather play if you're playing Final Fantasy 3 for the first time? And if you, like I said, if you haven't, let me know what you thought of Final Fantasy 3 as a game. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you've reached the end. And thank you guys for watching. Happy gaming. Bye.